Okay, guys, let's dive right into it. This is a live demo of Inspectagram in action. So we're going to show you exactly what it takes to build a faster, smarter, cleaner, cut down on your liabilities report that will leave a lasting impression. So whether you're an inspector, agent, builder, what have you, this is what modern reporting looks like. So let's get started.
Accepted. Screen share. Okay, fantastic. Okay, it's recording. Okay, guys, nice to meet everybody. We're gonna get right into it. But first, before we get going here, what are you guys using for software at the moment? Anyone?
HIP.
No HIV. Well, maybe wrong chat group. You say HIV or what'd you say? Home Inspector Pro. Okay, got you. Anyone else?
Inspectagram.
Okay, well, good. Welcome to the club. Anyone else using Spectora? Anyone using Home Gauge?
Carton Dunlop Horizon.
Okay, good. So now I got a good gist. All right. So before we get going, just remember that there's a ton of information at inspectagram.io. Look for Inspectalabs. You're not going to need it after this demo, but you can learn a lot of information about how powerful this app actually is. So we're going to dive right into it. I'm going to open up the app. I'm going to go out of this for a second, back to my dashboard. And we're going to start off with the home, just like on every other social media app. The home's bottom left. That is where all your active reports are right at your fingertips. Okay, guys? Right beside it is a little file cabinet looking thing. That is your archives. This is where you secure all your reports. It's like a vault. You can always go to it, grab a report, see who worked on it, when, what template, and you can pull it back for edit. So it's a great little feature of our app. Next, we're going to go over to the library. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this, but we got templates, chapter, pages, agreement, known components, support pictograms. All of this is customizable. I want to touch base on one thing, though, known components. All right, we got 7,200 unique icons, definitions. I'm going to stop somewhere on here so you guys can all see it. AC unit, okay? Inside that one component has got predictive issues, action, location, the trade, not inspected, why, reasons why, summary notes, which really means consequences or urgency, and search tags. You can duplicate this and make it your own, but do whatever you want to do with this. We're going to get back into it here. So moving on to the profile. Guys, like every other app, take your time on this one. Get a nice picture in there, a nice headshot. This is where all your business information lives, where your team lives. Okay? So let's back out of that. We're going to go back to the home screen. If you guys look at the top right-hand corner, you're going to see a little question mark. You guys see that? Can you guys see that on the app? No? Okay, no, awesome. Yep. Sweet. Let's keep going with this. That little question mark is your holy bible. Okay? You're going to go in there. It's got a cheat sheet. It's got explainers. It's got simulation photos so you can actually practice in the comfort of your own bed while you're watching Netflix. It's got the playbook, chronological watch list. It's got everything. When you have the app, you got a lot of tools inside of here. This is your own private toolbox. Back out of that. See that money symbol at top left or top right? Sorry. Well, that's InspectPay. 2.8%. Not going to spend a lot of time talking about this. Dive into that. No fees, no hidden this and that. It's a game changer for the business that we're doing. So let's jump right into it. We're going to pick a template. And how do we do that? Guys, look at the phone. See that big plus button? I'm going to hit that plus button. Make sure you got it charged, your phone or a power pack as a backup. Press OK. And as you can see right here, these are my custom templates. My team, they also make their own templates. And you can see what they have right here. Now below, you're going to see what's included with the app. You could have condo, apartment, townhome, standard house, commercial, sewer. List goes on, but there's about 37 of them. You can take them, duplicate them, and make them your own. So for the purpose of this presentation, what we're going to do here is I'm going to use a report I already have open. So let's click on that guy. Let's dive right in. All right, we're going to start off with the front cover, as you guys can see. Do you guys know how to get a picture on there? It's pretty easy. It's intuitive. You just press the front cover, top left-hand corner, give her a click. And obviously, I'm not going to be going outside to take a picture of my house. So I'm going to use the gallery today. Hit the gallery. And I'll put a picture on the front cover. And remember, this is your first impression, so make sure it's a good photo. There's a bunch of other stuff on here, 5 pieces of flair if you really want to be memorable, but that's up to you to decide, and you can dig into that later. So hit the check mark. There you go. Looks professional. Next page, the elements. It's kind of an important one. Doesn't take long. Sure makes it look like you've done a lot more work than you actually have. So hear me out. I want a map in there just like that. In order to do that, all you got to do is open up your maps just like that. See that little blue dot, Apple Maps? Click it. Hey, make sure it's your logo. Do a screenshot. All you got to do is crop it. Crop out all the garbage on the bottom and the top. Look professional. Save it to photos and back here. Click on the map, top left-hand corner. We're going to toss in a little map now. What does this do? Anyone? No one knows. Okay. It's visual data. People crave it. Okay. Just like Instagram. They always want to be learning. So if you're buying a house, you want to know where the Starbucks is around you, where the schools are around you. And then you can put in a whole bunch of other information like property type, weather conditions. It's just drop downs. We're not going to spend too much time talking about that. Next page, the method. Guys, the method is like the appetizer. If you guys go out for dinner and you're going to order those cheese fingers and shove them in your mouth, well, that's your appetizer. This is your chance to set the expectations, your approach to how you're going to inspect. Next is the table of contents. If you all read, you know what this is. It's pretty easy and straightforward, so we're not going to spend any time on that. The next page after that, I do want to spend 1 second on, and that's the thank you page. I've met guys in business that don't want to show their face. This is not that business. You should want to show your face, get a professional headshot, because your face is your business and it's your business card, so make it a good one. This one, the disclaimer page, is a really important one. We want to cut through the noise with this one, be clear, concise, and to the point. We don't want, was that? Oh, anyway, I thought somebody was asking a question. Doesn't matter. We don't want all the legal details scattered throughout the entire report. We all want it in one place. You click on that little button, so if a lawyer is doing an inspection with you, he can read till his heart is content. No more do we need these reports that are packed full of disclaimers, because at the end of the day, it's a lot of noise and it's frustrating. Okay? Next page. Yep, go ahead.
Have you or your company actually been sued before?
It's a good question. Well, I've been in this business a long time, since 2007. I'm a builder before that, still building homes. And we got about 20 guys here, local. We do about 100 inspections a week, somewhat, and we've come close 3 times. But the report had us covered. And that's thanks to, well, this entire report and software was built by custom home builders, lawyers, and professional home inspectors. And those lawyers have really kicked butt for us. So they've almost eliminated our liabilities if we just follow the system and steps and procedures. So we have a tight report. No, we've never been sued, though. That answer your question? Good. Icons and legends, we're moving on. All right, guys, if you've ever written or looked at a map, you know what a legend is, and this is no different. I've seen hundreds or many different reports out there in the home inspection industry, in oil and gas, and auto, and they all come with scales and thumbs up and thumbs down and red and green indicators with circles and arrows, and all of that is just confusing, and it's kind of alarming. So we chose orange dots. Do you guys know what orange means? Probably nobody knows, but I'll go with it. Home Depot. Why do you think they chose orange? Because it means trust. That's why we chose it. So we have 1 dot. Solid dot means immediate attention, like a horizontal crack or step foundation that's got cracks, whatever. Or we got a dot with a white circle in the middle. That just means needs attention, right? Let's get this thing fixed. Keeps it easy for the end user, which is the most important thing about this report for our end user, our clients, and our agents. So let's get going on through to the baseline. I'm going to skip over summary for a second. And baseline, you guys know what a baseline is? It's the foundation of this entire report. So if you were all sitting in here with me right now and I had a huge bag of jigsaw puzzle pieces and I threw it all over the table and I said, okay, guys, let's put this puzzle together. How are you guys going to do that? You can't, because you need the box cover with the photo on it in order to put this thing together, right? So think of baseline as what creates the picture. It equals 99% of the things that you're going to find in all homes across North America. So there's no guesswork. It's just facts. So instead of starting with the roof, you guys can see that it's all done in here. We're going to go down to the bathroom. So if you look at my phone, bottom right-hand corner, you can see a little menu button. We're going to go to the bathroom. Click on that bathroom. This first part of the section is done. I'm just going to work on these 6 pictures as a baseline. I'm going to start at the toilet with having a problem, okay? So here's the bathroom faucet. I'm going to throw that in. Obviously, I'm not taking photos, guys. Where's the bathroom faucet? There we go. Give it a thumbs up. The aerator, where's the aerator at? There she is. Give her a thumbs up. Let's get that drain in there. Just give me a second here. We'll get through this. You can see how fast this is if everything's going good. Where is it? Aerator. P-trap. Give that. And give it a toilet flush. Proof of operation. All right. The toilet. I'm going to give you guys an example of something that happens. All of us are home inspectors or builders or architects or engineers or what have you. All these toilets are loose, it seems like. So pretend that this toilet is wobbly, okay? We're going to take a photo of that toilet. There we go. And a wobbly toilet generally isn't immediate attention. I'd give it an attention rating. So what happens? A little modal pops up. So what's the issue? The issue is, I said it was wobbly. So I'm going to look in here. Oh, I'm going to look in here. Unstable. I could say also insecure, or not an insecure toilet, actually an unsecure toilet. That'd be kind of weird. Unsecure toilet. Boom. Guess no one's laughing at that shit. All right, here we go. The action is what? Improve, repair, replace, further evaluate. You got all the options, but let's go with improve. And you could say stabilize. Or you could say replace, wax seal, what have you. Now, the summary notes, remember, that's your consequences or sense of urgency. So right down there at the top, it says, let's get this taken care of ASAP. Better to be safe than sorry. Well, that works because it's talking to a real human being. The whole point of this isn't to put in a bunch of technical construction jargon. We're talking to human beings from all walks of life. This is the report that makes it relatable. So instead of me going all the way down and pressing that check mark, by the way, you could put in location or trades or money. Don't do the money thing. Instead of pressing that check mark down at the bottom right, just swipe it away. This app is built for speed, okay? So that's the baseline. Moving on, we're gonna go to extras. So extras, think about it like this. Extras equals anomalies, all right? Just like everyone here drives a car, a van, or a truck, every one of those has a wheel, a steering wheel, and a horn. So, but not every vehicle has a sunroof or a spoiler or a roof rack. So extras is what covers outside of the standards, if that makes any sense. And I'll give you a good example of why this works. About 3 months ago, we did a home inspection, and not every house has a fireplace. 2 months after, the lady took possession, called me up, it was kind of hot, and said, well, my fireplace is not working. I said, ma'am, let's look at the report. And I know it was in there because I know how we do our reports. So not only was there a nice clean picture of the fireplace, but the supporting photo in the extras, we're going to talk about that in a second, had a clear picture of the flame. And that instantly stopped the blame game. So that's the importance of extras and telling a better story. So if you guys look at the phone right now, on the left there or the right or whatever you're looking at, the left column, think about it like this, is Batman. The right column is Robin. So actor, supporting actor. The left column is always going to be a known component. So I already know what I'm going to choose. I'm going to put it a bidet in. That's not a component that we see on the daily basis. So on the left-hand column, I put in known component. I type in bidet. There we go. Click on that bad boy. Now, I'm going to put a picture in there of a bidet. There we go. I'm going to give it a thumbs up as one example. Now, what would the supporting photo be? What would Robin be? Well, it could be anything. It could be the line that feeds the water to the bidet. It could be the base, the anchors. It could be anything, but I'm going to choose to put in something close up to prove operation. And that would be that little faucet thing. There we go, right there. So as you can see, that tells a story. Now, if it was something bad to do with the bidet, I'm going to give you another example of how you could do this. How do you guys delete these photos? I'm going to teach you real quick. All you got to do is long hold on a photo, and there's your speed bump. It can't be undone. Let's do it again. Long hold, swipe it away. So we're going to do this all over again so you get an understanding of how to use this if there's a problem. So I'm going to do search component, and I'm going to do bidet. Bidet. There we go. I'm going to put a photo in of the bidet. Oh, I didn't want to do that, actually. I should have given it a thumbs down. So I gave it a thumbs down. What's the issue? I'm going to say that it's leaking. So active leak. I'm going to say the action is repair, replace, and I'm going to put a summary note in of something. I really don't care at this point in time. You put in the location, tradesperson, whatever. We already went over that. Now, beside it, well, what could we do? We could stand back and point, or we could do this. Get a close-up photo of the actual problem itself. So I'm going to hit that support photo, Robin. Hit support. And I'm going to toss in, where is it? There we go. Close-up of the leak. That's that. Guys, people don't read anymore. Remember, they skim. They want to look at photos. They want you to get to the point. What is the component? What is the issue? What is the action? I want it defined, and I want some urgency on it. That's why we have that summary note. All right. So that takes care of extras, but I want to go a step further and say, what happens when you run into a major extra component, like a sauna or a steam room, or maybe even a powder room or another bathroom? Well, this report is already jam-packed full of some extras at the bottom that are pre-filled out, pre-built pages. And I'll give you an example of that. Scroll down, and you can see there's a powder room. That's a sauna. We don't have a sauna in this house, but we do have a steam room. There's a point to this. Now, if you guys were in Russia and you went to McDonald's and got a Big Mac, it's done the same way that it was done in China, as in Canada, as in North Carolina. And that's why we do things the same way at this company and with this program. But do it the way you want to. It just keeps the batter consistent, familiar to all, which is good business. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, you guys can understand how you'd collect these photos, just like you do in the base. Steam gen, thermostat on, take a picture of it off, prove that you turned it off, stop the blame game, and then prove operation, and you're done. All right, let's get to the next step. Where are we going to go to here? Let's wrap it up. I think we're going to wrap it up. Yeah, let's go to the insurance section. This is a big one. The bottom right-hand corner again, that little menu bar, that's how you jump around and scroll down and hit insurance. All right. I got a lot of compliments about this from a lot of clients, a lot of real estate agents, and a lot of big firms. Could be Intact, State Farm, Farmers, what have you. What it's doing is it's really communicating what people have inside of their homes and stopping the miscommunication of what they think they have. This takes about 2 minutes to complete. And as you can see, all you got to do is tap on it. I'll scroll down to the empty slots. And I'll hit the drop downs. It's that easy. So roof material, we'll just say it was asphalt shingles, aluminum, fascia material, metal, soffit material, metal, and you're done. That's what people want. Next, right below there, you can see there's a review section. We live on reviews today, guys, so make sure you get put a nice picture in there as well and make an amazing report so that people will want to leave you a review. And you can put it on Yelp or Google or whatever. And right below that is an agreement that you can fully customize or just use the ones that are built in. Just remember to delete out the sample contract disclaimer at the very top. So you're gonna have to duplicate that. So the fun part is coming up. You go to the menu and let's go to the summary, okay? This is what saves you hours a day. This means you have no homework when you get home, okay? We're gonna tap on the summary, click on that bad boy. I'm gonna toggle these guys on for a second. Oh, I don't want that one on. As you can see, these are all the deficiencies that we picked up in the home. Now, if I say wanted to change something, we'll go down that toilet right there. And instead of it being wobbly, we went back to it and it's actually leaking pretty bad. All I got to do is tap on the toilet right there and we'll convert it over to a thumbs down. Now I could even say unstable and I could say leaking. It's that easy. So we'll swipe that away. As you can see what we've done here, remember, in order to generate the summary, bottom right-hand corner, circle with the arrow circle on the bottom right, just click that. There you go. That's your entire summary. Now, your end user is going to love that because they can just touch on the word and it'll take them right to the picture in the report. Remember that. Next, what are we going to do? We're going to review our entire report. But I want to ask you guys a question. You ever read a book and at the end of every chapter, there's a bunch of white pages? Every chapter, just blank pages for no good reason. That'd be ridiculous. So do yourself a favor and the end user a favor and clean up your reports. It's very simple. All you got to do is top right-hand corner, look at the phone, hit that edit button. We're going to go down to the bathroom for a sec. Click on that. We're going to hit select. We're going to roll through here and hit the ones that we actually didn't use. Let's hit the trash can. There's that speed bump again. And that, oh, let's take that guy out as well. There we go. And that's that. Hit the X. Wait for that guy to load for a second. Back out to the report. And we have a completed report. So let's scroll through this. Make sure
Sorry, can I ask a question really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So you just deleted a page that had something in the summary. Will that automatically come out of the summary, or do you have to go back and like change the summary again?
That takes it right out.
Oh, it does. Okay, cool.
Yep. Good question. Good question. All right. So where was I there? I think I was at publish. So once I'm happy with the report, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look to the top right-hand corner. We don't need to go home and get on our computers or anything like that. All I got to do is top right-hand corner, there's a little airplane. Hit that airplane and swipe it. Now it's going to take about a minute. It's doing a lot of work digesting and getting all these pictures in order and words in orders with dots and numbers and such. It's a computer. So while that's happening, does anyone have any questions?
I have a quick question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
With your guys' software, how long does it take you to do an average home inspection? I know there's a lot of variables there, but let's just say standard single family home, 1,500, 2,000 square feet.
Well, I'll go off 2,500 square feet. Generally speaking, if it's at 9 a.m., I'm going to show up at 8:30, and we'll be done in about 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. And the rest of the time, I spent having conversation with the client, interacting and educating. So our turnaround time generally 1.5 to 2 hours, depending. How about you? How long does it take you?
A little longer than that.
Okay, we'll get Inspectagram. Any other questions, guys?
Yeah, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Do you guys have a scheduling option, or is everything through ISN?
No, I know what ISN, and there's a few more guys out there, but I'm glad you brought up that question. It's a good question. We are working on something. We need about a month, but it's going to be as big or better than what we're doing right here with Inspectagram. It's going to sort of change the game. It's going to make your lives a whole lot simpler. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but hold on, it's coming.
Right.
Any other
Perfect.
questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Go ahead.
The time, how many inspections are you guys able to do a day if you guys are doing, a 2,500 square foot place? Like, if you're solo or even if you're a team?
Solo, I'm doing 2 to 3 a day. No problem. I've been in the game long enough to do that. I think a lot of guys just do 2 at this company, maybe 3. But I gave you a real good example of how powerful this app actually is. Recently, we did 80 units at 1,000 square feet with 10 guys, and we turned that around in 1 day. At 6 p.m., they had the report. Now, the next closest competition, their turnaround time was going to be about a week. So that says a lot about what we're doing over here. Yeah. So, any more questions? Or am I going to publish this report and send it off to my wife?
I've got a question.
Go ahead.
So I'm not really good with technology, but so just curious, how long on average does it take to kind of get well versed using this app? Like how long does it take to get familiar with it? Based on what you've seen with your home inspectors?
I think that depends on the person. I can tell you this, that the young guys, especially what we're seeing right now is a lot of young engineers, architects, builders, superintendents, project managers coming into this industry, and they're getting it right out of the box. I mean, those young guys are good with tech. I mean, we've seen guys take 30 minutes maybe, and then we've seen guys up to a week. So it all depends on the effort that you put in. But what I will say is that with all these young guys coming in, whatever you are using, I'm not sure if you're using Inspectagram or not, they may not have the knowledge, but if they're spitting out real pretty, concise, understandable, and digestible reports, well, that's kind of why we made this app, and it should be easy enough for anyone to get into. It's very intuitive. So I'd say depends on the person. If you're young, you're going to get it real quick. I think with a little time, an hour, a couple hours, maybe you're going to get the hang of it. But practice in bed. You got the simulator. That a good one? That work? No, guess that works. Okay, so I'm going to send off this report. I'm going to try it out on my web. Actually, before I send it off, you know what? If you're on site with clients, look at this. Top left, I'm going to hit that QR code. Can everybody see that QR code right now? That's listening?
Yeah.
All right. You could, if you had your phone in hand, have a copy of this report right now. every one of you could have that report. So I'm going to give you guys a second if you'd like to try and get it. And then I'm going to send it off to my wife so I can show you a real cool feature about Inspectagram. All right. So that's about enough time with that. By the way, don't do that with your clients. It's going to make it look like you've done a lot of work for a lot of money. We charge on average about $650 per inspection. For optics sakes, I mean, go home and review a little bit, then send it out. So just like this, I'm going to send it off to my wife, Heather Tanaka. All right. I'll send her a report, and let's see what that looks like. Heather Tanaka. There it is. Can everyone see that? So what you see is what your client and your agents are going to see. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to open up the report. There we go. So it's a little different. So you might want to make sure you educate your clients on how to jump around. Top right-hand corner is the menu, chapters. Let's jump down to thermal for a second. Now they can see anything and everything. They can jump back and forth. Let's go back to the summary. Everything that looks like a button is a button. But this is the feature I really want to show you guys. Pretend that my wife didn't pay me for this inspection, or maybe she just wanted to have an edit. All right. I'm going to get out of this for a second. I'm going to go back to the app. Top right-hand corner. Hit that report button. Now pretend that Heather, my wife, shared this with 50 people. All right. You don't want to have 50 different reports out there with 50 different edits. It just causes confusion. So all I got to do is press edit. It says, are you sure you want to edit this? Yeah, you want to edit this. So you're going to pull it right back. So what that's doing now is pulling it back from everyone. All right. So this cuts down on miscommunication. And I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. So if I go back to my wife and I click on that. Oh, let me do that again. Looks like it's loading. Huh, that didn't work that time. Here we go. There we go. It says expired report. You guys get how powerful that is? If somebody didn't pay you, how you can just pull the report right back. All right. So now that that's done, I'm going to do a quick summary for you guys and just say what we went over real quick. And that is this, is that you got to have quality photos. I like saying this saying, it's better to have a photo and not need it than to need it and not have it. All right. You need to have a baseline like we were talking about, where you're capturing 99% of like the most common components inside of a home. So it stops the questions and calls and blame game. And step, what is it, 2 now that we're on, is extras. Extras is just the anomalies outside of an average standard house. Number 3 would be wrapping it up, bringing it all together, dialing in your insurance, doing your summary so that your grandma can read it. Because if your grandma can't understand it, then you're doing a bad job. Check your spelling as well. And lastly, if you can do all that, you're going to make a really great impression on your clients and your agents. And that is marketing 101. You give them a good experience, you're going to get great reviews. You're going to be very successful in this industry. So one more time, if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to field anything for you while we got the time on this call.
I had a follow-up about your team inspect. You said you had 80 units with 10 people.
Yep.
Was that all individually inspecting or a team on the same
Oh, yeah,
report?
no, great question. That's on the same report. So all 10 of us were working on the same report. We had customized that report. It's all live or even offline. And then it will sync when we get back to online. But if we could have 10 guys on one report syncing at the same time, one guy can manage all. And that's how we were able to do that. So that's live, real-time inspecting. Does that answer your question?
Can you have? I was going to say, how many people can you have on an inspection at once?
We've tried 10? A lot, and I've been told to say 10, but I know we can do more. We'll just say 10, okay?
Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Any other questions? Yeah, you guys are a talkative bunch, aren't you?
I think
I got one.
Go ahead.
How long does the library keep the reports for? Is there like an expiry date on that?
There will be one day, but right now, no. We've got them sitting on a cloud or an AWS server. So that's a good question. We don't want to keep them for much longer than 2 years, let's say, as home inspectors, but we're working on a way that you might be able to recoup them at some point in time. But right now, they're on your report, they're in your phone or on the cloud.
And can you just save them offline? Just like download a copy?
Yeah, you can download them as a PDF. A lot of times when people are buying homes, they love the web-based because it's more interactive. But when you buy something for $650 or $800, generally speaking, you want to hold it and download it. So yeah, you can definitely download it as a PDF.
I got a question here.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you're looking to dissect the report and send individual sections to, say, the realtor or the client, is there an option to do that, or do you just do screenshots as normal?
That's a good question. Thank you for asking that question. All right, so not only does Inspectagram make your life and my life and everyone else's life easier, we all work with real estate agents. They're great people, but they want to get on with their lives as well. So a lot of times what I've heard and I understand is that agents are screenshotting and sending and writing notes. And if we can save them 50 minutes or even 30 minutes, guess who they're going to pick on that next inspection? It's going to be you. So yes, great question. When you go to the little menu button at the top right-hand corner, if I could find that on here, let's get to it. Where is it now? Let's click on that guy. Oh, that's a report that I'm actually working on. Let's go to a report that we've actually sent. Let's go to this guy right here, report. Wait for this guy to load up. Top right-hand corner, you see that little menu bar?
Mm-hmm.
You click on that. Say you want to share just the summary. You press create share, okay? See that at the top there where it says remove all personal information? A lot of clients want that. They love that. But all I want to do is share just the summary. But you know what? I also want to just share the attic where there was a problem. This makes real estate agents' lives a million times easier, and health and safety. Let's have a preview of exactly what we're going to be sending. I'm glad. That was a great question you brought up. Look at this. That is what you're sending and sharing with your client. Obviously, this person forgot to take out the extras. Silly, silly. All right, let's go back to that.
That's fantastic.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Anyone else?
I saw that there might be a chat feature coming soon. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Oh, the chat feature. All right. Well, it's not really a chat feature, but at this company that I work with, we have an in-house WhatsApp chat. And what we're bringing out to the world is pretty much the same thing where we give all the secrets. Now, the team that I work with, we've got Red Seal plumbers, master electricians, custom home builders, astrophysicists, engineers. I mean, we have a lot of smart people there that will be leading up these chats so that for a single user in Texas or Louisiana or wherever, Seattle, it doesn't matter. You got the app, you're on the group. If you got questions, we're happy to help. It's going to be a little over PG though, if I'm on it. Just a heads on that. We like to have fun. That's my point. Does that answer that question?
Yes, thanks.
All right. No worries. Anybody else? Well, we got about 2 minutes left here. I did do a wrap up. If there's any more questions, I'm happy to give you 2 more minutes.
I know you were saying earlier about customizations, but does that mean like the whole entire software is customizable, like between all reports, information on every page and area, or just kind of certain sections of it?
Every section you can customize from top to bottom. You got to make it your own. Bring your own logo. Make sure that it fits and it's not pixelated. Stand out. Get good headshots. Make sure this is a good thing. Like you brought that up as well. In the reports, we put breaks on purpose. Big one-ups. Like a one-up is just one photo with a bunch of words between sections. Why? Because people need a break. Like any magazine, there's a clone ad, right? They need a break from looking through the whole report. And that's why we put them in there. Not only for the break, but for education and tips and tricks. Because people, from what we can see over the last 3 years of us in-house using this, refer back to our reports as their home bibble or maintenance manual. Does that answer that for you? Everything's customizable though. Everything.
Great feature. Thank you.
Yep.
So I can add my own logo. You're saying
Pardon me?
customize. I can add my own logo for my company and any of that stuff.
Yep. There's 3 strategically placed pages in our report that you can put in your own logo, but it's a scenic type photo. So work with it. We put the dimensions right into the profile. We've done every step to make sure that you guys have a great go with this software. And so you can put your best foot forward every time you're out. Anyone else? Is that about it? We got less than a minute here. Okay, guys. But listen, I'm going to shut it down here. Thank you so much for taking time out of your night to sit in here and listen to me chitter chat. Please feel free to reach out, text or phone call. I'm happy to do this all day long to make sure that you guys are getting pointed in the right direction and using the app. Okay. Thanks again.
Thank you. Great presentation. Thanks.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.